I can't see here, so got nobody online. I'm not sure what happened here, but okay, folks, anybody? I'm not sure what we're doing here. Mobile strength to improve. Folks, it says we've got 5 people on here, but I'm not getting all the leads that I need. If anybody can hear me, speak up and let me know, would you please? Well, of course, technical difficulties. Open the panel, let's go. Join the chat. Well, folks, I'm not seeing any comments or, well, that went the wrong way. Yeah, I know. I'm having difficulties here, and I don't understand what the problem is. Can you hear me at least? Can you see what's going on? Felicia said hi. Hello. Punisher, how you doing? Well, let's see if we can't refresh this thing here. Okay, let's do this. Let me see if I can't start a new one here. Okay, is that is there anybody here, first of all? Uh, well, I'm sorry. I don't know what we're doing here, but I'm not having a whole lot of luck bringing this up online here. So, well, I'm seeing chat anyways. So, all right, I'm getting a partial screen anyways. Hey, folks, I'm really sorry about that. I promise I will get better at this and get this figured out one of these days. Hopefully, Jason from Green Bay, how you doing? I'm breaking up. You can't see me. Okay. How about now? William Bennett, appreciate the hearts on loving the videos. Try restarting the system, which I did, and I've actually got the screen up, and I can see the chat now. So anybody that doesn't know where they're at, this is Retired Under Budget. Tonight's discussion is smart ways that retirees can save money beyond the grocery store. I feel like I'm screaming at you folks. Is it coming off okay? You were showcased on the show to catch a predator. Okay, Spartan, I'll remember that. Punisher, you can't see me? I'm live on 3 screens here. Alice Williams, thank you. You're fine. Punisher, what about my stream? No, you can't see me. Nobody can? Nobody can see? Nobody has a video of me? Not that I'm anything great to look at, but kind of hard to hold a conversation that way. And it says I'm live on my phone here. I can't hear you. Nobody can. Can you hear me now? Doggone it. Volume's fine. Can anybody hear anything now? Okay, Mike Jam, you can hear me. I can see and hear everything. Okay, maybe it's not on my end. I would be surprised if it's not on my end, to be honest with you. But Todd, thank you. I'm glad we can hear, but I can't see you. Punisher, I don't know what to tell you. Everybody else seems to be able to hear and see. Maybe refresh the stream. I don't know. I'm not a technology guy. So, all right, Todd, it's on your end, but everybody else can see me, Punisher. I don't understand. He's messing with you. It figures. Okay. Anyway, tonight is smart ways retirees can save money beyond the grocery store. And listen, if people throw out groceries, not throw them out. If people throw out tips and tricks on groceries, we're just going to go ahead and count them. I'm going to plug this microphone back in and make sure it's not that. So, can everybody still hear me? If you can hear me, say something. Somebody. Punisher, speak up, man. Okay, good enough. Todd says everything's good. We're getting ready to rock. So, like I say, tonight's not about clipping coupons for the grocery store, but if anybody's got any grocery tips, throw them in the comments. Maybe we'll talk about them. My first question to you folks tonight is, what's one expense that surprised you the most in retirement? All the old people try to start the day trading futures. Okay. Anybody? Nobody was surprised when they retired. Mine was home maintenance. Seemed like every time I turned around, I was having to fix something. I guess when I was working, you just got it fixed and went about your day. But now that you're retired, that's all I'm doing is fixing stuff around the house. So, Beach Boy, how you doing? Taxes and maintenance, Jane, yeah. Taxes and maintenance. Maintenance just, especially on the house, just blew me away. It seems like every time I turned around, I was having to fix something or replace something. this past Sunday, and we've talked about having an emergency fund before, and this kind of goes along with it. I had to replace my entire air conditioning unit, the outside unit on my house. Thank God I had an emergency fund to take care of it. So, all right, Punisher. Hey, before we get too much farther, I have an announcement I want to make. Folks, keep the political and the religious comments to yourselves. I'm sure we'll all find Jesus one day soon, but let's keep politics and religion out of it. You know, with retirement, we got enough to worry about. Don't come on here and start trying to make arguments about it. JJ, thank you, sir, or ma'am. Hit the like button, everyone. Subscribe. Speaking of subscribing, folks, I am 17 subscribers away from hitting 3,000. If you're not already subscribed, do me a favor. Hit the like button and subscribe while you're at it. I'd greatly appreciate it. All right, William. Cut it out. All right, folks, we're just going to jump right into it since we're all here. There's 14 of us on. Hubby's retired, mostly cost of Medicare. Didn't expect this. Yeah, Medicare's not a fun one, and it just goes up every year. So let me get some of these papers out of the way. Smart ways retirees save beyond the grocery store. I got these broke down, folks. I just did some quick online searching, and here's some things I came up with. Number one, the house. The house can be a quiet budget killer right there. Like I just said, I had to replace my entire air conditioning unit Sunday, so that was not fun. How can you fight some budget killers? If you're living in a 4-bedroom house, maybe consider moving into a 2-bedroom condo or 2-bedroom house. Just downsize. You're going to save maintenance cost. You're going to save heating and cooling cost. You're going to save maintenance cost. A lot of people out here losing their jobs. Free speech, all unsubscribed. Thanks for being against the First Amendment on your channel. Listen, Calvin, I'm a big First Amendment supporter, but this is not the place that we're going to get involved with that. So you have a nice life. Anyway, okay, we'll take you out of here too. Go work on something smart. I don't know who you're talking to. McJam, when I transitioned to a fixed income, I'd started timing on my annual spending, pretty much budgeting. Yeah. It's all about the budget. It really is. Another way people can save, if you really want to stop and work at it, you know, your property gets appraised every year. William, what's going on, man? If you don't agree with the assessment on your home, you can always appeal it. And if you win, it's going to lose. It's going to win. It's going to lower your taxes. So that is technically a money saver for you. Had to adjust for unexpected inflation. Dividend stocks, absolutely. Try to buy property. Yeah, in this economy, though. Well, although down here in Florida, if you're looking to buy, this is the time to do it because there are places for sale everywhere. So if you want a good deal, you're looking to move, Florida's a place to be right now, I think. Barter your skills. Yes, Alice, absolutely barter your skills. If you've got carpentry skills or electrical skills, any kind of skills, absolutely barter them. Great answer. Yeah, Putty Cat. I know how I'm going to look at that. They're actually in the state of Florida. They are looking to eliminate property taxes completely if you have a homestead exemption. At first, they were looking at just retirees, but now I guess they've changed it, so it's going to be pretty much across the board as long as you're homesteaded. So, keeping my fingers crossed. Unbelievable. I changed my lifestyle. Eat cheaper, yeah. Less date nights. There you go. I built a $300 greenhouse. They assessed at $2,500. I had to fight that and won. That's exactly it. You can't. You got to fight. You got to fight for your rights. When it comes to your property taxes, absolutely. Rentals don't count as homestead. Wow. Well, okay. That brought me to my next. How you can save money. If you've got a spare room, or you have an RV pad outside your home, rent it out. You know, especially if you have a septic or a sewer hookup, they don't have to haul their RV off to empty their tanks. But absolutely, if you can make extra money by letting somebody stay on your property, great way to do it. Absolutely great way to do it. Insurance. Oh, what do we got here? Rentals don't count. Yeah, I know. Motorcycle storage. Absolutely. They don't take up a lot of space. If you've got a 2-car garage, shoot, yeah. Anything to make an extra buck. All right, Lester. See ya. I told you, folks. Let's move on to number 2, insurance. A lot of people, they buy their insurance, they stick the policy in the drawer, and they don't even think about it anymore until it renews again next year. Car insurance, I shop my car insurance every 3 months. I still haven't found a lower rate than what I've got right now. Just in case anybody's interested, I've got State Farm, but I was able to call them up when I was looking for a new insurance company, or a lower rate, I should say. And I said, listen, I've been with you guys for a long time here. I need to save every dollar I can. So out of the kindness of their heart, or the goodness of their kind heart, they dropped my rate $20. You know, that just shows how much they're overcharging us. Garden towers make a lot of food. Yeah, that's true. They sure do. Shop your car insurance, folks. And if you can, bundle your home and your car insurance. I'm sure most people already know that. We can buy, Alice, you combine car and house insurance, got a discount. Not much, but everything adds up eventually. You know, I'll take a little bit of a discount over no discount. Hi, back to you, however you... Yeah, I'm not even going to try. Here's another thought. If you've got an emergency fund, look at raising your deductibles on your car insurance. You know, if you're a safe driver and you can afford to raise your deductibles, do it. They're going to lower your rate, so that's going to help. Yan, hello, how you doing? Anyway, yeah, I'm sorry. Deductible. If you can raise your get a higher deductible, it will lower your car insurance rate. So, you know, you just have to ask yourself what you want to do. Of course, if you get into an accident, then you're obviously going to be responsible for that extra. Another part of insurance you can look at raising or lowering. Every year, folks, Medicare goes up. We all know that. I think it went up this year from 87 to 206 or something like that. I'm not sure of the exact numbers. I think this year it's 206 right now. But it goes up 3 to 5% every year. So you need to look at the plans. You need to look at supplementals. They it's just getting ridiculous. Really, it's getting out of hand. 37.72 is what a lot. I don't know what that means. Are you talking about the Medicare being 206? I think it's a lot, but you know, I'm going to say yes, it is a lot. And that's what you pay every month per person. So if there's 2 in your household, you're paying that twice. The only way you can get around that is if you have a Advantage plan. That is a private insurance, but it's backed by Medicare. You don't pay for it. Well, I'm sorry, you do pay for it. You pay $20 a month for it, but they reimburse you everything else. So I know a lot of people don't like Advantage plans. We have the Advantage plan, and it works very well for us. You just have to go to in-network doctors is what it amounts to. That's about all I got on insurance, really. Transportation. If you can afford to drop from 2 cars down to 1, if you and your spouse are both retired and neither one of you is working, get rid of a car, or in our case, it was a truck. You're going to cut your insurance bill a little bit. You're going to cut your maintenance bill a lot. The gas bill is going to be cut. So if you don't really need 2 vehicles, I'd sell one. That's exactly what we did. And really, I don't miss it. I don't miss that extra vehicle. It was just really taking up space at our house. So drop from 2 to 1 if you can. Speaking of vehicles, if you got to buy a vehicle, buy a used car. Don't buy new. As soon as you drive it off the lot, and I'm sure everybody's heard this, it automatically goes right down in value. So yeah, they look nice, they smell nice, but I think you're wasting your money. So yeah, buy a used car. Have it checked out. Make sure it's certified. If you buy it from a dealer, make sure it's been certified mechanically. If you buy it from a private individual, ask them if you can take it to a mechanic, have it checked out. If they say no, you probably didn't want the car in the first place. Todd, you're absolutely right. I'm wanting to look into an electric bike. My wife thinks I'm crazy, but I'm young enough to ride a bike still. I used to have a motorcycle, so that would work. You know, we drive our golf cart every place we can. There's no gas involved, so I think it's wonderful. Let's see. We just talked about car insurance. If you can lower it. If you can get a better deal from somebody else, look. Car insurance companies, they're not loyal to you, so why should you be loyal to them? They're going to take every penny they can get from you is the way I look at it. So shop around, see what you can come up with. Here, I want to talk about this next. Subscriptions, mainly streaming service subscriptions. And this one, I just don't understand. Hang on a second. Oh, goodness. How many streaming services do you need? That's my big question. Let me rephrase that now. We live in a adult community, 55 and over. Part of our HOA fee includes Spectrum, internet, Spectrum cable. And it includes, I don't know, 6 or 7 paid channels. There for a while, we were paying for Hulu, and Hulu is going to run you about $12 a month. They finally added Hulu to our HOA package, so we don't pay for any streaming services anymore. But I know people they've got like 5 or 6 of these things, and I just don't have that much time to watch television. Alice, you got Roku and have plenty of free channels. I know it's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous how many free channels are out there. I looked this up online. I forgot where I found it. The typical monthly U.S. average, this is the United States only, most households are paying anywhere from $40 to $70 a month to watch television. I found that outrageous. I just can't get over it. It's crazy. Typical prices, these are bare bones. These are nothing, it's not like ESPN and Disney packaged together or nothing. These are just, Netflix is $8 a month. Disney Plus is $11.99. Hulu's $11.99. HBO Max $10.99. Paramount Plus is $8.99. That's in my area. It may differ elsewhere, but I don't know that it does. But it's you can get premium streaming package. It's going to cost you $150 a month. I'm sorry, I don't have time to be watching that much television. So many people will still pay for cable. Why? I just don't understand it. Just Alice, just like you said, there's more free television programs or channels out there now. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. The amount of free television that's available for people. We cut cable 3 years ago and can't be happier. I can't agree more with you. I really can't. Let's get into utilities and saving money around the house. Unless somebody else has something on streaming. You're spending $8 to $40 or $70 a month. Cut that out. Put those towards bills. Put it towards your emergency fund. I don't buy from big business like AT&T anymore. If you can do away with them, that's great. Let's talk about saving around the house. I don't know where everybody else is. I'm in Central Florida, and you can probably tell I'm wearing a sweatshirt. It's 50 degrees here this evening. I normally do this out in the Florida room outside, but I had to move everything inside. I'm sitting at the dining room table tonight. It's just too darn cold. One way you can help lower your electric bill is take a candle, walk around your house, go to different windows, and if you see that candle flickering or the flame being pulled towards the window, folks, that means you got a draft in that particular spot. And if you got one, you've probably got several. Weather stripping, about the cheapest insurance you can buy for your home. Anything to help lower prices, weather stripping is going to do it. Electrical outlets on the outside of your house, do the same thing with the candle. Check for, especially if you live in a mobile home, because sometimes they open up right to nothing. And you can pull that receptacle out, go to the store, buy some insulation, pack it down in the box, put your receptacle back in, you're good to go. Hopefully you're going to save some money. Same thing with doors. Check under wait till it gets dark, get a flashlight, shine it along the bottom edge of your front door or your back door. If you see light coming through, again, get some weather stripping. best buy you can invest in. If you have an attic in your home, you need to take a look at your insulation, whether it be bats or blown in. If you can see the top of your ceiling joist, that means that your insulation is settling, and if it settles and compacts, it's going to lose the insulation value. So you probably need to add a couple inches to it, 3 or 4 at least, I would say. And you're just going to keep the heat or the air coolness rising and going up through the ceiling. You know. You're losing money. I know that. Okay. If you have, everybody's got a water heater, I'm pretty sure. Set your thermostat. Set the thermostat on your water heater. You don't need it to be 140, 160 degrees. Set it at 120. Set it for 120 for a week and see if you're comfortable with that temperature. If you lower the temperature on your water heater, because unless you have a timer on your water heater, when the water in that tank gets cold, it kicks on and starts heating again. And if it's 2 o'clock in the morning, you're just heating water to let it cool again. So lower the thermostat on your water heater. That's going to help lower your electric bill. Another thing you can do when you're getting insulate or weather stripping for your doors and windows, get a water heater jacket. It's just a big piece of insulation that covers your water heater. It helps hold the heat in. Todd, never even checked yours. Ought to give it a shot, man. You might save some money. A water heater jacket, lowering the thermostat on your water heater. Look, if 120 is not hot enough for you, take the cover off and raise it back up, but at least give it a try. Water heaters are typically one of the worst things that's going to raise the your electric bill. Let's talk about lighting. And this is going to be kind of expensive to start out with, I know, but if you don't have LED bulbs, start replacing them. You look senior. David, I am a senior. I'm 68 years old. How old are you? LED bulbs. Start replacing them. Not all over the house, just mainly in the rooms that you're going to use most. Todd, LED rocks. You're absolutely right. They save on electricity. They're just as bright, and they last. They last forever. Start with just the rooms that you're going to be in all the time. That'd be the living room, the dining room, the kitchen, the master bedroom, the master bathroom, any hallways that you go down all the time. We have two bedrooms up front and a bathroom up front. They still have standard incandescent bulbs in it because we don't use those rooms that often. The doors are closed, and rarely do we even go in there. If you can, and again, it's going to be kind of expensive to start out with, but the savings in the long run. No, I'm not hostile to Jesus, but I did say we're not going to be talking about this stuff, all right? Another thing, if your refrigerator is over 15 years old, one is probably on its last legs, and you need to start looking for another one, but it's going to use a lot of electricity. So they're a big energy hog. Here's one, and I'm not 100% convinced this is really going to work. Every new television or your microwave, they all use extra energy. They have a light that runs on. They have a clock that's on it. Everybody says, turn them off. or not turn them off, unplug them. Only plug them in when you're using them. Seems like more hassle to me than you're going to save anything. If anybody is doing that and you're saving money, let me know. I'm not against doing it, but seems like an awful lot of work for not a lot of payback. So again, if you're doing it and you're saving money on your electric bill, spread the word. Let us know. Air conditioning systems or heat systems, however you live, depending on where you live at. Change your air filters. Now, they're coming out with some fancy air filters that they claim are good for 90 days and 120 days. I'm cheap. I buy the 30-day disposable air filters. I set a timer on my watch for 30 days, and I change them out every 30 days. Just because I'm too cheap to buy the $15, $20 filter. So, but that's up to you folks. How many we got in here? 7? All right. Check for blocked vents. Again, when we had Sunday, I had to have a new outside unit put in on the house. And they crawled under the house, and we had some air vents that were kinked. So they straightened everything out. We're good to go. It's blowing like crazy now. So also, if you've got rugs or furniture sitting over top of air vents, that's not good. You're not getting full use of your HVAC system. Another way you can save money is get a programmable thermostat. Older units don't have them. They have the old analog, turn the dial and hope for the best kind of deal. And they're not as accurate as a what am I trying to say? Programmable one. I know here where I live, Alice, I haven't forgot you. I'm going to try and get back to this real quick. I just want to finish up with the electricity. Here in the county I live in, if you call your power company or you call our power company, they will come out and do a energy audit free of charge on your house. They just show up and they'll tell you what you need to do. A lot of times they even have some things to help you out, like weather stripping or energy efficient LED bulbs. It's a free phone call. All you gotta do is call them up and say, "Hey, can you come out and do a free energy audit at my house?" They'll either say, "No, we don't do that," or "Yeah, we'll be out next Tuesday at 9:00. How's that?" Okay. Anything else on electricity or electrical? Anybody? Todd, you leaving? All right. Bye, chat. Alice, you asked about your water bill. Don't leave things running. I don't have a whole lot on water, to be honest with you. Here where I live, we're under a water restrictions right now. You can only water your lawn or your plants 2 days a week, but we have recycled water on our outside faucet, so we can pretty much water the yard, water the plants, wash the car pretty much anytime we want to, because it's not potable water. As far as saving water in the house, I really don't have a whole lot there. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure what to tell you as far as what. Anybody got any ideas on saving on your water bill? Alice, what does your water bill typically run each month, if you don't mind me asking? You can put flow restrictors on your shower heads and on your sink faucets. Just go to Home Depot or Lowe's or any of those other places. Go to the plumbing department and tell them you want a flow restrictor. A lot of water shower heads now come with flow restrictors, so there's always that. I've got one thing here about taxes, and it's Alice. I'm sorry, we'll get to taxes in a second. Alice, your water bill runs $75 a month. Have you had the water company come out and check for leaks? That would be my first question. And how many people are in the household, Alice? Wow, that's shocking. Our water bill, when I paid a water bill, 4 people. Well, okay. Our water bill with only 2 of us in the house, we ran right around $30, $28 to $32 a month. Typically, it was about $29, $30. So, wow. Okay, I'd say you probably don't have a leak, but holy cow. Take shorter showers. How old's your washing? Well, age of washing machine's not going to really make any difference. It's still going to run the same cycle. So, Alice, I don't know what to tell you. That's a heck of a water bill, I think. Anybody else want to chime in? How much your water bill runs? Carnivore Joyce, is that what? Am I reading that right? We do, trying to say shower with a friend, maybe. I don't know. All right. I've got one thing on your taxes, and tax time's here, folks. If you're taking things to Goodwill or Salvation Army or any thrift store or whatever, and you're donating them, make sure you're getting a receipt so you can claim it on your taxes for a charitable contribution. It's not hard to do, and it's not a lot of money, but why not take advantage of it? If they're going to let you do that, by all means do it. I lost my place. Number 7, healthcare. Let's talk about health for a minute. Illis lifts. I've been called dope in a long time, buddy. You know, I'm assuming most of us here are seniors, but it seems like I'm taking more trips to the store to pick up prescriptions than I have in a long time. Shop prescription prices, folks. You know, a lot of prescriptions fall under the category of maintenance meds, and there is no charge. But when you start talking about class 2 and class 3 medications, the prices can vary greatly from Walmart to Walgreens to CVS Drugs to Publix, whoever you get your prescriptions from. So shop around, and when you take a prescription into the to get filled, tell them you want generics. Thank you. Good RX. Yeah, that has been a lifesaver for a lot of people. Most places that you take prescriptions to be filled, they even have a box of cards sitting on the counter promoting Good RX. Pick up a card, folks. Hi, Patricia. Pick up a card. Look into it. I've heard real good. I've used them before. I haven't used them in a while, but pick up a card for Good RX. Always, always, always make sure you're asking for generic prescriptions. Every year, when it's time to renew your Medicare, check on the Part D plan. That's the prescription drugs. There's all kinds of programs out there, and you got to find the one that's right for you. Those prices change yearly also. Healthcare creep is real, folks. It creeps up every year, and we suffer more for it every year. Let's talk about lifestyle changes that you can make. Ways you can make, not make money, ways you can save money by and still do things. Community events. I know here in my community, they actually put out a monthly calendar of events that are free or low cost events at the city community center. They'll bring the choir or chorus, I'm not sure what they call it anymore, from the local high school, and they will actually put on performances at the community center, free of charge. You just show up. I'm sure they'll take donations, but it's absolutely free to go. Also at the community center, there is all kinds of classes. Some of them do have costs because there are materials that you have to purchase, but a lot of the classes you bring your own things. So they're free. Spend time at the library. I walked into our library and I absolutely couldn't believe it. As soon as you walk in the front door, there's a coffee shop with baked goods and coffee and all kinds of stuff, which really shocked me because I remember going to the library and you checked out a book and got out of there. Nowadays, you can spend your day at the library. Bring your laptop or bring a tablet. They've got free internet. They've got free movies. They've got books on audio. Not to mention the thousands of books that are on the shelves in the library. They still have newspapers. When's the last time you saw a newspaper? From all over the world. Go in and read the New York Times or the Chicago Tribune or whatever you want to read. You can spend it literally a day at the library. Alice, you're right. Walking is free and it's good for you. Right across the street from our library, excuse me. We have a large public park. Has a 1 mile walking trail all the way around it. It's all underneath trees. It's shady. It's nice. Nice fountain to go past. There's a veterans memorial. Just get out there and walk. We have more than that's the main park, but there's other ones. If you don't want to spend your time at the library, volunteer. Maybe you want to spend your time at the library. They're always looking for volunteers to put books back on the shelf to read to kids. Health is wealth. JJ, you're absolutely right. I just recently lost a good friend, and I got motivated to go back to the gym. So I'm hitting the gym 3 times a week. I've got a trainer, and he's absolutely killing me. If you travel, and I think everybody should travel a little bit, you don't have to take 2-week cruises or a trip to the Smoky Mountains. My wife and I like to do what we call one tank trips. There used to be a book called One Tank Trips, and this guy wrote it about Florida and everywhere you could get on 1 tank of gas. We load up a cooler, load up a picnic basket with food. You're still having fun. You're still enjoying yourself. You're still staying active. And really, folks, that's the main thing right there. Get out, explore your state parks. JJ, like he says, they say, I'm sorry, I don't know if male or female. JJ says health is wealth, folks. And it really is. Without your health, you got nothing. You really don't. So, picked up the wrong piece of paper. We're coming down to the home stretch here, folks. How long we been on here? 49 minutes. Okay. I went on Facebook and I found a retirement group, if you will, and they have a lot of stop supporting your grown-up kids. We raised them. Now it's their turn to support us. Yeah, I'm kind of hoping that mine support me. They're doing fine on their own right now, but yeah, if you're supporting your grown children still, folks, it's time to take a step back and take a look here. JJ, I agree, 100%. Health is your biggest asset, not your money. Hey, Buzz, how you doing? Nice to see you. Enjoy your videos. Folks, if you don't know, Buzz's Retirement Garage puts out great videos. See him. Yeah, Steve's Retirement Corner too. Both of those are real good YouTube channels. The last thing I've got is this list I found online here. Nonsense. Can you save money with for your car? If you've got a Costco or a Sam's Club or a BJ's, I'm sure there's 100, well, maybe not 100, a bunch. Just tossing out recommendations. There you go. Membership places. Buy your gas there if you're close. I'm not saying drive 20 miles out of your way to buy gas just to save 30 cents, but if you're close, get your gas at one of the membership clubs. Another thing about your car, keep your tires inflated, folks. It's going to give you better gas mileage. You're on a long trip, use cruise control. Don't speed. If you're speeding, slow down. You're going to save a life, but you're going to save gas also. Somebody earlier mentioned use an electric bike. Absolutely. Rick's retirement journey. Yeah, he's another good one. If you can, do your own car maintenance. If you can change your own car oil, do it. Whatever you can do to not have to take it to the dealer or a shop. It's gonna save you money. Absolutely gonna save you money. Things around the house you can do. When you leave a room, turn off the lights, turn off the television, turn off the radio. Whatever you've left turned on, turn it off. Unless you're going right back in there. Walmart. You can go to Walmart and buy a $20 drying rack. And you can hang clothes on it to dry instead of running the dryer. Saving money. JJ, you're right. Check the air pressure. Change your air filter. Definitely on your car. Definitely good ways to save money. If you can, put up a clothesline. The old-fashioned clothesline. I know it's all about convenience, but to me, it's all about saving some money. I like this one. My wife wasn't crazy about it, but wear out your clothes. Folks, I'm 68. I don't buy a lot of clothes, and I think my wife, when she thinks they need to get thrown away, she kind of hides them from me so I don't look for them. But if you can, wear your clothes out. Don't just throw them away because they're old. If they still fit, and I'm not a fashion whatever, but like I've said before in the past, I'm shorts and t-shirt guy. And I'll wear them until my wife is embarrassed to see me in them anymore. But you don't need to be buying new clothes all the time. Just a waste of money. Man, you'll never understand. Okay. If you've got floodlights around your house, install solar lights. That's free electricity right there. 16 likes gets more for this. Okay, I appreciate it, JJ. And again, folks, I know this is selfish, but I'm 17 away from 3,000 subscribers. If you would, I'd greatly appreciate it if you like and subscribe to the channel. Something my wife loves, and she's got me hooked on it. Thrift stores and garage sales. Man, there's nothing like somebody else's junk. Of course, you got to have the room to store it too. So until you have your own garage sale. Don't overspend on gifts. Yeah, that's a tough one. I know. Coming from a guy who has six grandchildren, six granddaughters actually, um, what's enough? You know, you've got Christmas, you've got birthdays, you've got graduations, you've got any other excuse where a gift is needed. But what kind of limit do you put on a gift? You know, is $30 enough? I mean, and I've got grandchildren from kindergarten to her first year in college. You know, you can't be even with everybody. Um, so I don't know what the answer is. I'm still struggling with that, but holy cow, it's tough. Only run your washing machine when you've got full loads. Time to create memories with them. Yeah, that's true. Memories will last a lifetime. That $20 toy, 6 months from now, will be in the garbage. Um, Here's one that my wife and I did. I did not enjoy it. I'm going to be honest right now. We did a no spend September. Actually, we did it in September. Yeah. We did a no spend a month other than gas for the car and emergencies, basically. I have a video. It's called I'm sorry, I just hit something. The No Buy September update. It's a video I did back in September. You can look it up and go watch it. You want to save money? Before you go to the grocery store, sit down and make out a menu. Actually, before you make out the menu, go into your kitchen, pull everything that's in the pantry out, set it on the kitchen table, set it on the kitchen counter, set it somewhere. Take an inventory of what you've got in your pantry. Take an inventory of what you got in the freezer. And if you have an outdoor chest freezer, do the same thing. Folks, you've already paid for the things in your freezer. You've already paid for the things in your pantry. Why aren't you eating them? You know, I was shocked when we pulled everything out of the pantry. And then we sat down and said, okay, we can make a menu out of this stuff. I was literally shocked at the amount of food that we had in the pantry that I didn't even know was in there. And you'll find some things that you forgot, you just completely forgot. We had 2 unopened bottles of teriyaki sauce. We had 2 unopened bottles of soy sauce. Why? Because they get pushed to the back of the cabinet and you forget about it. Shop your pantry before you shop the grocery store. Take an inventory. Say, okay, this is what we've got. We've got tons of macaroni, or we got tons of spaghetti, or we've got spaghetti sauce. All right, I see spaghetti coming up one night this week. Like I said, you've already paid for it. Why aren't you eating it? One, it's going to rotate your food. So there you go. Again, I was shocked. And like I say, go back and watch that No Buy September update video. It's kind of hilarious. Don't buy books. Don't go to Walmart and start buying books. Don't go to a used bookstore and buy books. Go to the library and say, I want a library card. They're free. And you can check out all the books you want to. Marcia, absolutely. Do that every time you go to the grocery store, before you go to the grocery store. How about a can of tuna from 2016? I'd be a little suspicious of that one, Alice, but you do you. Keep that Medicare up to date, that's for sure. The library's packed with books. That's what it's there for. They want you to come in and take these things. Bring them back, but they still want you to take them. We talked about thermostat on the water heater. How about the thermostat in your home? Mine is set on, during the summer, it's set on 77. Yes, I live in Florida. Yes, it gets mighty hot down here. But I've just become accustomed to, what is all that? Okay, sorry about that, folks. My thermostat is set on 77 during the summer, and I never change it. I never touch it during the winter. Right now, it's down to about 72 because, like I said, here in Florida, we're having a freeze. Yeah, I know you people up north are laughing at me. It's 50 degrees, but we're not used to it. Couponing. Do they still do that? Are coupons still a thing? I haven't seen a coupon in a long time, so I don't know. I don't know if it is or not. Downsize your living space. We talked about that a little bit already. If you're living in a 4-bedroom house and there's only 2 of you or even 1 of you, everything's digital now. Okay. Downsize to a 2-bedroom house or a 2-bedroom condo, or a lot of people are looking into just renting apartments nowadays. Earlier we talked about cutting your cable bill, or actually we talked about cutting streaming, but along the same lines. You're going to save money that way. Let's talk about shopping, not grocery shopping. Utilize thrift stores. Another way to save money is to make use of free pantry foods. Absolutely, Marcia. They're there for that reason only. And a lot of seniors or retirees, however you want to look at it, are using them. They want you to use them because if you don't, they're going to end up throwing that stuff away. JJ, that you just knocked a home run with that one, folks. Bottom line, and I've still got more lists to go, but bottom line is live within your means. Just like JJ says, that's that's it in a nutshell, folks. If you can buy in bulk, if you belong to a membership club, if you can buy in bulk, if you've got the storage room, let me say it that way. If you've got storage room, don't go buy 40 rolls of paper towels and have to use it as an end table because you got nowhere to store it. Do that. Absolutely do that. Marcia, our tenants are sharing foods by the mailboxes. I've seen that a lot. I've seen a lot of people doing that. And more people are beginning to know what that means. So a good way. Absolutely an excellent way to do that. Another way, and this is kind of hitting on the groceries, but if they're having a sale on something, they're having a sale on canned goods. And again, you got to have the space to stock up. But if it's a good price, stock up. It's only going to go up in price. Don't buy store brands. I'm sorry. I'm a man of God and willing to. Well, JJ, man, you're more than welcome. Stick around. Absolutely, we're here to help. You don't have to be retired to be part of this. Buy store brands. They're cheaper. I saw a thing years ago on vegetables at the grocery store. They took you to a processing plant, and they were running green beans down the processor line. They were putting them into cans, sealing the cans, and they were putting a Del Monte sticker or a Libby sticker or a Stokely's label on the can. And then when they got done running all those, they went to the store brand labels, like Great Value for Walmart, or Harvest Fresh, I think or Golden Harvest is Aldi. Same green bean, folks. The exact same product. Now, granted, I will say from time to time, I've bought some things that were store brand and you couldn't eat it. So, but as far as frozen goods, canned goods, box goods, I find very few things that are not compatible that have a store brand as a national brand. Save money. Ask for a senior discount. It's not much, but what the heck? You made it this far. You might as well take advantage of it. Same thing. If you're gonna go to McDonald's or Burger King or those places, ask for the senior cup of coffee. Ask for the senior meal. It's like a kid's meal, but it's for a senior. It's a little bit less. If you have a Meal machine, and I'm using that brand name, but I know there's others. If you can buy meat in bulk, buy the meat in bulk, bring it home and break it down yourself. Put it in a Meal bag, if you will. Stick it in your freezer. You're saving money by not spending money. Obviously, shopping more than one store. I'm lucky. I have Super Walmart. I have a Walmart neighborhood grocery store. I have a Winn-Dixie. I have an Aldi, and I think it's Sprouts, which I don't shop because they're organic and way expensive. So I've got 4 grocery stores within probably 3 miles of my house. So when those flyers come in the mail, man, we spread them out on the table and see who's got the best deal. Don't shop just one store. Shop them all. Stick to your shopping list. If you're going to the grocery store, put some blinders on, because you know that mountain of cookies or the avalanche of potato chips, they're going to smack you right in the face, and they're there for a reason. Well, yeah, JJ, you definitely you don't want to buy so much that it ends up getting freezer burned, but there again, that goes back to shop your pantry, shop your freezer before you shop the grocery store. If you've got hamburger or steaks or bacon or whatever the case may be, pork in your freezer, use that first. Impulse buys, folks, will absolutely just drain your grocery budget beyond word. I don't know what to eat before you go shopping. Boy, that's the truth. Change your diet. That'll save you some money. If you can, cut out red meat. We eat practically all, I'm not going to say all, but mostly we eat chicken and pork. We do a little bit of red meat, but not nearly as much as we did have in the past. Here's a big one. No, don't go to fast food. It's all garbage anyways, and it's overpriced garbage. So there you go. The last few things I've got, general purpose, I didn't know where else to put them. Starbucks. Folks, if you're going to Starbucks and buying coffee, loan me some money. You got more than enough, evidently. I checked here in my area, a large cup of brewed coffee, not the mocha, latte, whatever, iced, whatever coffee it is, just a regular brewed cup of coffee like I can cook here in my kitchen, $8 for a cup of coffee. I'm sorry. Now I'm fancy because I use those coffee pods. 1 cup of coffee costs me 29 cents. I have 3 cups of coffee. I use less than a dollar's worth of coffee each day. I don't need to go to Starbucks. And don't even tell me how much one of those foo-foo drinks are, because I'd probably just fall over. That's crazy. If you use credit cards, use one that has a cashback program. They all pretty much do now, but if you're not, use them. Something I just did recently, get off Amazon. Man, they're gonna send me a letter wanting to know where I'm at, because I spend so much time and money on Amazon. My wife thinks the Amazon driver is going to start living here pretty soon, but not anymore. I've cut them out. So, switch your cell phones. I haven't now. Again, they're like your car insurance. There's no loyalty on their side, so why should there be loyalty on, unless you're locked into a 2-year plan? But once that plan comes up, I'd get out. We went from paying $155 a month, I think it was, down to $135 with, I don't know, 18. Well, we went from Sprint 155, we went down to AT&T with 135. We're currently with Spectrum cell phone, great service, no problem. The first year was $50 for 2 phones. The second year is $80. They guarantee me it's not going to go any higher than that. But I'm currently looking at Mint Mobile. I think it's like, I've seen it for like $35 a phone. So as soon as this Spectrum is over with, I'm definitely going to give Mint a call. And folks, the best way I can say to save money, pay yourself first. When you sit down to pay your bills, make sure some of that money that comes in goes into your savings account or your retirement fund or your emergency fund. Pay yourself before you pay anybody else. Granted, you got to pay everybody that sends you a bill, but if there's any way possible, folks, please pay yourself first, or at least before the end of the month is over. Get some money in your account. Marcia Davis, hey, I'm a single 62 and can only work part-time, no Social Security. You live on less than average $700 a month, and I have 3 huge cats. Wow. And you make it. There's a testament to living within your means, folks. Folks, I've gone through all the notes I've got. Anybody want to chime in, say something, throw something out? We've been on here just over an hour and 10 minutes. I plan on doing this again next Tuesday night, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Anybody has a topic of discussion, throw it out. I'd love to hear it. I don't know if you can see this. Somebody sent me a sticker. Actually, they sent me 10 stickers. Oop, maybe I won't show it to you because I can't hold it up. And of course, it's going to be backwards. Retired under budget. RUB, rub. Somebody can give me an idea. Maybe, I'll tell you what, next week, the first 3 people on the live stream, I will send you a sticker. All you got to do is send me an email with your address on it. Practical retirement strategies. Crafts help. I recycle stuff to make and sell. Great. That's a wonderful idea. You know, if you can take something and repurpose it and sell it, more power to you. You're not adding to the landfill, so there you go. Folks, that's all I got. Unless somebody's got something else, throw it out there. JJ, appreciate your help. Marcia. Everybody else, Alice, definitely. Alice, you need to be here next Wednesday. Don't be here next Wednesday. I won't. Be here next Tuesday. All of you, join me next Tuesday, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully we'll be out of this deep freeze here in Florida and I can go back to t-shirts and shorts. Folks, y'all have a good week. And I'll see you next week, hopefully. Next Tuesday. Y'all take care. Oh.